What's up, y'all? It's your girl Galaxy Queen Star. So I just finished watching JC versus DNA. This is for NOME 8, and finally, JC actually took this battle, y'all. He finally won, and he beat he beat DNA. My bad. JC finally won a battle, and out of all people, he beat DNA. Yo, this battle was pretty good. DNA, he goes first. DNA was fire though. He was really spazzing in that first round. When he first came out, he had a robe on and had his belt, you know what I'm saying, representing, he's claiming to be the champ. But now he got defeated. Now he's gonna have to hand that belt over, y'all. Okay, so he was fire though. When his first round, everybody was feeling him. He was electrifying all over the stage. I even wrote some bars down, y'all. I had to quickly jot a few things down. I can't rewind it or anything. So he said something like, just tell me where the market's at in Houston and I'll sister with the two guns. He said something like that. I'm sorry I couldn't get it really in verbatim. Then he said something like, and it's loaded right in front of you, what you gonna do with Lux? And he's saying that right in front of Jay. So he was fire the first round. He had the crowd roaring. Okay, they was really feeling DNA. So now JC goes. Okay, let me get my little notes again. Okay, I only wrote one thing down. JC, I admit he wasn't good the first round. He said something like, I'll leave all you dried up fruits in the box when the sun raising, something like that he said, which was a fire bar. He had a few fire things here and there, but he was kind of lax in the first round. So definitely DNA took the first round. Then here come the second round. Okay, when the second round comes up, I'm thinking DNA is gonna be fire again, just like the first round. So he come out with like the champagne bottle, okay, and then he asked Tech Nine to come up and ask him a few questions. So he's basically freestyling off of whatever questions that Tech Nine asked him, okay, and then the beginning was fire, but then to my surprise, they started booing him, yo. And you know how JC is. He's telling the crowd to should be quiet or whatever. Stop, don't do that. We don't do that here. But they was booing DNA, y'all. They was actually booing DNA in that second round. I couldn't believe it. At first, he started off pretty good, but then, he wasn't really saying nothing that was making the crowd, roar. All right, so they started booing him. So now here comes JC. JC comes, my bad, y'all. JC comes the second round, and he actually takes DNA champagne, y'all. He went and took his champagne. Everybody was laughing. Everybody was, everybody thought that was kind of fire how he went and just snatched the champagne off the floor where DNA sat it at. Okay, so he was going in. You know how JC is. He got these fire bars. Sometimes they go over your head. You gotta think about what he said. Then it's like, oh shit, that was fire. So he couldn't even really spit everything out because the crowd kept interrupting him. That's how good he was in that second round. That second round was the best, and I'm starting to notice that from JC. His second round and start just like with Geechee Gotti. His second round was fire, y'all. Okay, so now here come the third round. Back to my notes, my bad. I just had to write a few notes down. So now DNA coming the third round. So then, JC name is the initials J and C. So he was doing like references of Jesus Christ, talking about, you really are JC. He kept saying that, you really are JC. And then he would have a bar after that. And one of the bars he said that he got booed on, he was like, Chess and Rum use, Chess and Nitty, you sent their souls to heaven. He was talking about people that JC battled and won and they died, but that wasn't true because Nitty actually beat JC. So when he said that, the crowd wasn't feeling that, and they started booing DNA again. I couldn't believe it. They was booing DNA, y'all, in the third round. So here come JC trying to tell the crowd, yo, we don't do that here, we don't do that here, don't do that, but they was booing him. So then DNA felt like he had to turn up. Okay, so he started cooking towards the end, saying things like Glock Nina, knock Zima, I'll open his face, saying bars like that. He was getting into the crowd again. The crowd started to feel him again. Then at the end of that third round, he started calling out certain people like Twerk and like Rock, calling people that he want to battle, I guess. And then he just ended it, but he wasn't as fire. His second and third round, he actually got booed after a while, y'all. I couldn't believe it, y'all. I just couldn't believe it. Okay, so now here come the third round with JC. When JC come on, he said something like the 38 special, like every class you sat into, you graduated, something like that. He said 38 special, is a gun, special eds in class, so it was kind of clever, him saying that. He had the crowd, Roy, he had a lot of crowd control. That's one thing about JC. He had a lot of crowd control. Then he said something that was clever, like you writing for will, now you will write, and meaning like you died, so now you got a will, you know what I'm saying? So he was saying some shit, JC, and he just had a lot of crowd control. Okay, the crowd was feeling him. They was even saying in the crowd 2-1, 2-1, 2-1 for in JC's favor. So JC finally did his thing. I'm proud of you, JC. Congratulations, you won second and third round. And what's funny, what's crazy is that when the battle first started, DNA was wearing the Al Capone shirt and the Al Capone hat. And he even said before the battle even started, yo, I'm wearing my Al Capone attire. They say, all battlers who wear the Al Capone always lose. And I guess that's really true. I guess that myth is starting to come true. All the battlers that come with that kind of attire, they usually lose. And for the first time in a long time, DNA finally lost. We can't call him the champ no more, y'all. Can't call him the champ. Alright, y'all, so I'll be back with the next battles. Let me go back in. I don't want to miss anything. Later.